Put the laser down. I am not giving you my leg. Well, it's not my leg, but I need it for the plan. Look, you blue-shirt tyrant, this is not a weapon. It is a highly sophisticated gravitational device that keeps my pants up. If I take off this belt, not only will my pants fall down, but this entire terminal might accidentally implode. Do you really want that on your shift? I didn't think so. Just let me walk through the metal detector with my gear, and nobody gets hurt.
Rocket, stop threatening the TSA agent. I am so sorry, sir. He is emotional. He gets cranky when he doesn't have his morning coffee. Rocket, listen to me very carefully. You cannot bring a bomb, a laser, or a gravity belt through airport security. It is literally the #1 rule of flying. We are trying to go on a vacation to Earth, not blow up the departure gate. Please, just put the belt in the plastic bin and let's move on before they call the actual police.
Fine. But if my pants fall down and embarrass me in front of these humans, I am stealing that guy's badge. And maybe his arm. I'm just saying, the security here is a joke. I could build a better scanner with a toaster and some scrap metal.
Okay, crisis averted. Barely. Hello everyone, I'm Peter Quill, also known as Star-Lord, legendary outlaw and apparently, babysitter for a raccoon. Today we are stuck at the airport, which is honestly more dangerous than fighting Thanos. But, since we are waiting for our flight, we are going to teach you essential English vocabulary for airports and travel.
And I'm Rocket. I build things that destroy other things. Peter dragged me on this holiday to teach you humans how to speak. Today we are talking about check-in, security, boarding, and why paying extra for luggage is a scam invented by thieves. If you want to survive an airport without going to jail, listen up.
Let's start at the beginning, the check-in counter. This is where the nightmare begins. When you arrive, you need to show your passport and your ticket. The agent will ask, "Are you checking any bags?" This is important vocabulary. Checked luggage goes inside the plane, and carry-on stays with you. I usually travel light, just my leather jacket, my Walkman, and some awesome mixtapes. Simple, cool, efficient.
Efficient? You call that efficient? I tried to bring my heavy artillery cannon, and the lady at the counter said it was overweight. That is a useful word for you to learn, overweight luggage. If your bag is too heavy, they charge you an excess baggage fee. It cost me 300 dollars just to check in my bag. That is robbery. Next time, I am wearing all my clothes at once. I will wear 6 jackets and hide the cannon in my pants.
That is a terrible idea, and you know it. But Rocket makes a good point about fees. Airlines love to charge for everything. You need to know the difference between a personal item like a small backpack or purse, and a carry-on, the bigger suitcase for the overhead bin. Usually, the personal item is free. Rocket tried to argue that Groot was his personal item. The airline didn't agree because Groot is a giant tree who takes up 3 seats. You have to be specific when you book your ticket.
It wasn't my fault. Groot fits in a bag if you fold him, mostly. Anyway, another term you need is the boarding pass. This is the piece of paper or the thing on your phone that lets you get on the plane. Do not lose it. Peter loses his boarding pass every single time. He puts it in his pocket, then he dances, then it falls out, and then we have to search the whole floor. It is embarrassing. Keep your boarding pass and ID in your hand until you are on the plane.
Hey, I have rhythm. It's not my fault the music moves me. Now, let's talk about the worst part of travel, airport security. This is where we started the video. You have to put your electronics, liquids, and metal items into a tray or bin. The vocabulary here is specific. Please remove your shoes, empty your pockets, and take your laptop out of the bag. It is a process. And Rocket, you need to learn the phrase prohibited items.
Prohibited just means fun things they don't want you to have. They took my shampoo because the bottle was too big. Apparently, there is a liquid limit. You can only bring small bottles, usually 100 milliliters or less. It is ridiculous. I have explosives smaller than that which can destroy a moon, but sure, worry about my shampoo. They also made me go through the body scanner. You have to stand there with your hands up like you are surrendering. I hate surrendering.
It's for safety, buddy. You also need to know about customs if you are flying internationally. When you land in a new country, an officer will ask, "Do you have anything to declare?" This means, are you bringing expensive goods, huge amounts of cash, or weird alien fruit? You have to say, no, nothing to declare unless you want a lot of trouble. Last time, Drax tried to declare that he was the destroyer. The officer detained us for 4 hours.
Drax is an idiot. But listen, if you get stopped at security, do not panic. The vocabulary you need is polite and calm. Say, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." Do not say, "It's not a bomb, it's a science project." I tried that once. It turns out, humans get very nervous when you use the word bomb in a sentence, even if you are saying you don't have one. Just keep your mouth shut and do what they say.
Great advice from a raccoon who is currently on 12 wanted lists. Now, let's talk about the plane itself. Once you board, you need to find your seat. There are two main choices, the window seat and the aisle seat. I love the window seat because I can look out at the clouds and think about how cool I am. It is poetic. Plus, you can lean your head against the wall to sleep.
The window seat is for dreamers and people who don't need to use the bathroom. I prefer the aisle seat. Why? Because I need a quick escape route. Also, I need legroom. I might be short, but my tail needs space. If you sit in the middle, you are a loser. The middle seat is the worst place in the galaxy. You have to fight for the armrests. Vocabulary tip, armrest. That is the little plastic bar between seats. It is a war zone. If you are in the middle, you deserve both armrests. That is the rule.
That is actually true. The unwritten rule of travel. Middle seat gets the armrests. Also, listen for the pilot's announcements. They might say words like turbulence when the plane shakes or delayed when the plane is late. If the flight is canceled, that means you aren't going anywhere. That happened to us on Contraxia. We were stuck in the airport for 3 days eating vending machine food. It was tragic.
It wasn't tragic, it was an opportunity. I dismantled the vending machine and built a communication device to call for a ride. But for normal humans, if your flight is cancelled, you need to go to the service desk and ask to be rebooked. Don't scream. Just ask, "Can you get me on the next available flight?" Politeness gets you upgrades. Screaming gets you security guards. I learned that the hard way.
Speaking of learning the hard way, remember that time we had a layover in Xander? We had a 5-hour layover. I fell asleep at the gate because I was listening to Hooked on a Feeling on loop. I woke up and the gate was empty. The screen said, "Final call."
Oh, I remember. You were drooling on your backpack. I was busy trying to borrow a part from the airport buggy, you know, those little carts that drive people around. I needed the battery. Anyway, we heard passenger Peter Quill, "Please proceed to gate A12 immediately." You jumped up, tripped over your own feet, and we had to run across the entire terminal.
I didn't trip. I did a tactical roll. But yes, we ran. And here is the vocabulary lesson. To catch a flight, we literally had to run to catch it. The door was closing. I had to use my charm on the flight attendant. I said, "Excuse me, miss, I am a hero of the galaxy. Please let us in." She looked at me, looked at the raccoon holding a stolen battery, and slammed the door. We missed the flight. We had to wait 10 hours for the next one.
She slammed the door because you smell like leather in desperation, Quill. But the lesson is, be at the gate early. Boarding time is not the time the plane leaves, it is the time you get on. If you are late, the plane leaves without you. Even if you are a guardian of the galaxy.
Ouch. Harsh but true. Okay guys, that is our guide to surviving the airport. Remember, check your bags, don't bring gravity belts through security, and pick the aisle seat if you have a tail. Traveling can be stressful, but with the right vocabulary, it is a lot easier.
And cheaper if you know how to argue. Just kidding. Don't argue. Just pay the fee and steal the soap from the bathroom to make up for the loss. That is my financial advice.
Please do not steal the soap. Alright, we want to hear from you in the comments. What is the one item you always pack in your carry-on bag? Is it a book? Snacks? A Walkman? Let us know.
If you say a bomb, I will report you myself. Use the phrase, I always pack, in the comments. Subscribe for more genius advice. Rock it out.
See you in the stars, guys. Bye.